welcome to a special edition of our video podcast. I have with me Samantha Glace, the Core Studio at Alpine. We're here to talk today just a little bit about what's going on at the new facility called the Core Studio at Alpine. Today we are in the north facility of Alpine Physical Therapy, which also houses the Core Studio at Alpine. Samantha, welcome.
Thanks, it's great to be here, Brent.
Glad you could be with us. Viewers, Samantha is a comprehensive certified Pilates instructor. She has also completed level 3 certification as a CoreAlign instructor, so she's got a wealth of information that she can share with us as we start talking about this combination of Pilates reformer work and this new technology called CoreAlign. Samantha, maybe you could help our viewers understand what your perspective is of the Core Studio.
Well, my perspective is that I came to the Core Studio a little bit unexpected. I was approached by Sam Schoeneman to come and check out the CoreAlign training, basically to see what I thought of maybe becoming an instructor. So as I came in, it was something that was really, really new to me. I came from a Pilates background and an athletic background, and it took a little bit of time, maybe 5 or 6 exercises, before I really started to understand what this really did. It tapped into core muscles that I really hadn't seen or felt before. And I automatically really felt the alignment and the proper recruitment needed to actually perform the exercises. So it was pretty cool.
So your background, it's interesting, with a Pilates background, seeing some additional value to a new piece of technology and a new method called CoreAlign.
What I thought was really great was how it took it and it put it into an upright functional position. My favorite piece of Pilates equipment is the reformer. And for the most part, you're either lying on your back, kneeling, or standing in kind of an inverted position. And so when I got onto the CoreAlign unit, I really felt like I was coming into a place where the movement became functional and I could utilize it in my environment, in my day-to-day living.
How would our viewers know maybe which direction to go, whether they should start with something like a Pilates base, or could they move into CoreAlign? How is that decision made?
I think really the best way is to just kind of pick one and go with it. I think they complement each other really, really well in that you can come into the CoreAlign unit and suddenly find yourself in 3-dimension. And then I often find myself back on a reformer, kind of checking in with things, getting a little bit of guidance from, having my spine grounded into the mat and going back and forth. So really it's nice to have both literally feet from each other within the studio.
It's fantastic. What comes to mind when you think about our tagline, intelligent exercise?
That it really does embody the entire mind-body connection. It's not a workout that you can come to and just tune out, listen to music, and not really think about what it is that you're doing as a computer counts your calories and tells you the work that you've exerted for the day. It's something that you have to come in and you have to think about your alignment. You have to think about how you're moving in space. And as you're doing this, you're beginning to become really aware of how you move every day.
How does that relate to the fact that the Core Studio is housed within a physical therapy center?
I think it's amazing. I've been extremely, I would say, blessed to work with the great instructors that are here. And several of the physical therapists, which are fantastic, are also instructors. And so you can start this dialogue and really customize exercises and modifications of exercises to the person, which is really unique. It's a really great setting for Missoula and for Missoula's athletic population, active population, and then populations that are also seeking medical attention.
Well, I know from my perspective as a physical therapist, I'm seeing CoreAlign and Pilates in maybe a unique perspective in that I use both in a rehab setting and have used Pilates for a decade at least. And I'm seeing how valuable now a CoreAlign method can be as well in the rehab setting. So I get it from that standpoint, and also as a user, because I've been doing CoreAlign now on a regular basis as part of our GETS program, the 2-day-a-week exercise, group exercise approach, and it builds on itself, and it's constantly a challenge. It's more and more challenging once you've got that foundation. And I'm just wondering, from your perspective, if somebody's going to roll into, let's say, for example, CoreAlign, what do you expect that client over, say, a 3 to 4 month period?
It really is similar to taking a semester class in college. You know, the first day you always kind of go over the syllabus and you find these fundamentals, and then you revisit these fundamentals over and over again to where they start to become, no matter how challenging they were at the beginning, they start to become second nature. And you're doing these movements and these exercises that you weren't even thinking about in the beginning, and you move into these really great, complex, fun exercises that you can still see the foundations and the fundamentals within.
Almost where CoreAlign becomes a sport.
Absolutely.
For our viewers, what would be the next step that they may want to consider here at the Core Studio?
I would give us a call and set up a demo on either one. We have them actively going daily. They're free. It's a great way to come in and to both experience the CoreAlign unit and the Pilates Reformer, have a little time to just kind of see what you think, and then also see an instructor perform some of the exercises that you will eventually be moving into.
So they can both see it, hear it, and experience it.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, Samantha, really appreciate you being here, just sharing with us the information that you've gleaned, and your experience means a lot to me, the Core Studio, and our viewers. Thanks for joining us for this special edition of the podcast on the Core Studio at Alpine. I'd also like to give a big thanks to Samantha Glace, one of our instructors here at the Core Studio, for spending some time sharing her experiences. And remember, the next step is probably to come down and get a demo. You can call our clinic or our studio and get set up for a demo.